What's up, guys? This is the Ordained One here, and I'm playing my favorite Tier 7 battle cruiser, the Zieten, on the estuary map. Now, one of the things that I wish I did when I first started out was actually watch more YouTube videos of people who knew better. So what I'm doing is just passing this along, and hopefully you guys see my videos, my gameplay, you hit the like button and subscribe, and you learn some things, because I definitely didn't know anything starting out. All right, so here we go. So once we start on this map, I like to get on the left-hand side here, especially on a battleship, because you're gonna get some nice, decent shots. Now, I didn't get a good one here, but a nice, decent shot on the middle of the map and also on the left, depending on where they go and, if they get spotted or not. Now, the destroyer on my left is doing a good job. He's out scouting. He's going to see a bunch of people for me. So it's up to me to hit my shots now. Unfortunately, the first one was a dud. Didn't really do well. Second shot coming up, as you see, is on the broadside Miyoko. However, doesn't land. I went too far forward on this one. So now I'm going to slow down behind this rock, make sure I can't be hit from in front of me. And I'm just going to take my time with this shot, which is something that I didn't do when I just first started out. See, I lead my shot a little bit, aim a little high, just to make sure. And it's going to work out for me this time. I believe I'm going to get one citadel here. And boom, there you go. So almost 18K right off the bat. Now I see some torpedoes out in front of me, so I'm okay, there's a destroyer. My destroyer spots the Fantas, which is great. I automatically put my secondaries on him, and I take my shot. So good battleship players will always shoot their guns, even if it's AP, at destroyers. That's just a given. You want to get them off the map. Most of the time, once you take out a destroyer, you're going to win. Your team's going to have the advantage. It's the most important role, honestly, in the game. All right. My attention now is going to be totally on this King George while moving up with my destroyer. So the way I play the Zieten, as you see in the beginning of this video, I have it spec'd out towards complete secondaries with the commander Hyde. And I believe it's 16-3 at the moment. Now, while I'm pushing, since the destroyer actually put in smoke, I'm going to use the smoke and try to drop spot. I'm going to let my secondaries do what they do best, and that's do damage and hopefully cause a lot of fires. So right now I'm going to get in the middle of the smoke. I'm not going to fire my guns for a little while, and I'm just going to let them do what they do. Now, I do see the Yorick, and he is within range. I believe my secondary range is 11.7 or 11.6 or something around there. So it's going to start going off, and it is. So now I see the King George. I said, okay, I'm safe. I'm not spotted. I can take a little pop shot. I'm also behind the island, so I'm not going to get spotted. Oh, never mind. I am going to get spotted. Maybe I think the Yorick is within range of spot. So whenever a battleship shoots within smoke, there's actually a smoke fire penalty. Now in destroyers, they remain unspotted. Even some cruisers, is a lot less. But for battleships, it actually hurts. So it's not worth to shoot inside of a smoke while in the battleship. Just stay outside. Now, if I didn't shoot my guns and I just did my secondaries, it would have been worth. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm looking at the map and I'm seeing which way should I go. Should I go towards the middle? Should I continue pushing up top? I'm going to take a shot here at, I believe, the York. And I changed my mind. I said, you know what? No, I'm going to get a better shot at the King George. And if I take out the King George, I can then push upwards once again with my destroyer. So I'm always going to be supporting my destroyer. So I aim a little high. I want to make sure I hit the superstructure of the King George. And I do a lot of damage. And then I'm looking at the map again and I see the Nelson is pushing. So I said, okay, I need to turn. I need to do something. And I don't want to get blindsided by just trying to get this kill with the King George. So I start turning in. So if this Nelson has his guns, and he is, and he's ready to shoot at me, once I'm finished done turning in, I'll be good. And now I have his broadside, and I citadel him twice right there. Those were laser shots. So I'm angling a little bit. I know I'm going to take a little damage, but it's very minimum. It really didn't do nothing to me in the grand scheme of things. And one of my torpedoes lands. So this is my first kill. And now since I had to dodge, well, basically I had to make sure that I didn't give the Nelson my broadside. It lands me going towards the middle. So I take this. I'm like, oh, this is an easy kill. I'm gonna get a second kill on this York here. But I have to give a credit. This guy dodged 3 shots and some secondaries by my teammates. I don't know what he has, but man, that was good. That was good. So now that we took the threat out from the ship capturing our base, I start to turn in. Now I don't have complete broadside on Miyoko. I'm just waiting for the sign to say that I can shoot without shooting those rocks. It looks like I'm just waiting. It keeps popping in and out. It goes away for a little bit. Some of them hit, some of them don't. I said, okay, I'm pushing in, going through the middle. My destroyer is all the way on the north side of the map. I do believe he's playing a little reckless, but I need to protect him. Right now, I know in other games, not like this one, you try to protect the destroyer, and it just doesn't work out. And you'll see it does work out here. It doesn't work all the time, but if you can protect the player that's helping you spot, like I said before, 9 times out of 10, you're going to win the game. So what I want to do here is push in the middle of this Miyoko and the 2 battleships on the sides. One hasn't come into play yet. You'll see him shortly. It's in Massachusetts. And I just want to stay in range of my secondaries while getting, or at least contesting, the cap. Now, do I want to stay in the cap? No, absolutely not. But I do have a lot of HP. I do have heals available. I have my sonar. I can tank damage. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And hopefully with my secondaries and my main batteries, I can do some damage. I can put some fires. I want them looking at me so my teammates can do whatever it is that they want to do, right? I know a lot of people say me in this game, and it's a team game. It's 100% a team game. Sometimes you'll die with 0 damage, but because of that, you might win the game. Now, if that matters to you, great. I mean, you should always play to win. It's definitely one of those things that I try to always do. And going back to this, I'm looking at the map and I said, I don't see where the destroyers are. So my priority right now is not giving broadside to the Massachusetts, sorry. And I want to get rid of the Miyoko, which I did. So now that I'm turning in, I said, okay, I'm not afraid of the Jinsayu at all. I don't respect his gun, so I don't mind going broadside to him. But I do want to get away from the smoke screen because we know the destroyers are there. So I said, okay, let's go back out. I got my second kill. Let's just kite and let's see if we could do any damage. So, one set of torpedoes is out, and I believe I'm going to do a third set. And there goes my Confederate, and I missed it before, but it was also a high cal already. My torpedoes hit 1. So I said, you know what? I know at least 2 ships are by the smoke. Let's do another one. So now my priority is to kite away and deal as much damage as possible. I see the Massachusetts, and I said, that's a dangerous ship, right? And rightfully so. It just pounds me right there. I start angling, and I said, okay, I got to get rid of this battleship. And if I do, I should be okay. I should be clear. My heel is coming up. I still have 1 fire extinguisher. Like I can still do things. I put on my secondary armament, and I said, you know what? I need to get this massa out of here. And I start turning away once again and kiting. I don't care about the other battleship to my left. It doesn't do damage. It's not important to me. I aim high, and I get it off the board, and that's my 3rd kill. So now my focus attention's to the Geneseo. I've set out my torps, and I said, if I could get this heel, I can keep going, right? I do as much damage, do the fires, do what you can, but I can keep going. And that's exactly what I do. I aim high once again, aim for the superstructure. I put on some fires, and now I'm in the clear. If the destroyer wants to shoot me, because I'm still spotted, obviously, destroyer can, but my secondaries are going to go off, and no destroyer wants that, right? And here's the Kraken. All right, now going forward, I know there's only 2 destroyers left, so I switch my ammo to high explosives, and I'm fast forwarding now, just so you don't see it. I'm making a big loop-de-loop. These big battleships take forever to turn. So the Colorado, as you can see, took a couple of torps, and we have a general location of where this destroyer is now. So I'm just going to take a couple of pot shots. Hopefully I get something. And I'm going to start my turn. So once again, the new destroyer now, I'm going to try and protect this Fletcher. Right? Because if this Fletcher spots for me and does its job, my secondaries are going to go off, and they're going to do damage. And both of these destroyers, I believe the other one is a Pablo Emilio, or the YOLO Emilio, they don't want to get close to me. They don't know that I don't have sonar. They just know that if they get spotted, secondaries are going to go off as they do. I take my shot. I use my heal. I'm getting back up. There we go. I took off its torps. So that Udachi, Udachi has really good torps. They're not really known for the guns. So he smokes up. The Pablo Emilio's coming around. I'm thinking, okay, which one is going to take my second shot now? And I said, okay, you're in the smoke. You're gone. So this Pablo Emilio is gonna get these guns. And now we land these shots, and I hit 200k with the Kraken. And this is basically gonna end the video. If you like what you see, please, please, please like and subscribe for more. I'm gonna do more commentary. This is just the first, and it's only gonna get better from here. Later, guys.